These are my favorite ones. 2nd century, they operated in Asia Minor, modern day Turkey, and they had this. They were led by a guy named the Naassenes preacher. We don't know his real name. All the sources say he's called the Naassenes preacher. Never says his name, and he was basically equating Jesus with other gods like Dionysus, Attis, Adonis, Osiris, Pan. So he had a hymn. It was the Homeric hymn to Attis. This was an ancient Homeric age hymn dedicated to the god Attis. And in this hymn, whoever wrote it, I don't know if it was Homer or attributed to Homer. It's called the Homeric hymn. But in this hymn, basically what happens is it starts off with, "You are the son of Kronos, great son of Rhea, Dionysus, Bacchus, Attis. They call you, in Egypt, they call you Osiris. In Phrygia, they call you Pappus. In Samothrace, they call you Adamas." And it goes through and it lists all these sons of God characters. And they're basically saying these are all the same God. And the Naassenes preacher took this hymn and then changed it to Jesus. So the Naassenes believed that all of these sons of God characters, Dionysus, Attis, Osiris, Adonis, are all prophecies or prefigurations of the Christ. He also talked about how Christ is the fulfillment of the Eleusinian mysteries. So that's in the 2nd century.
Christ is the fulfillment
of the Eleusinian mysteries.
What does that mean?
That's what he says in the whatever fragment we have. So what I'm referring to in this, a guy named Hippolytus, one of the great church fathers, Hippolytus. He's a saint, Saint Hippolytus. He wrote a text called Against Heresies. And in this text, he has a whole chapter about this one guy. And he preserves these texts. And one of the things he quotes from saying is him saying Christ is the fulfillment of the Eleusinian mysteries.
So is he saying Christ is being high on drugs?
Could be. That's one way to
Christ is a DMT trip?
Could be. I mean, that's the thing. These Naassenes were into that stuff. They were into the frenzies. They were into the Bacchic mania. They were into the whole prophesying and speaking in tongues and getting the spirit getting wild up like that. There was another group called the Ophites. By the way, Naasene means snake people. So the Ophites are the Naassenes down in Egypt, and the Naassenes are the Ophites in Asia Minor, Turkey. They're the same group. They're snake. Ophite means snake people in Greek. Naassenes means snake people in Hebrew. So they're both a snake people, but they're Christians. They believe in Christ. The Sethians are another group that believe in this doctrine that Christ is the serpent in the garden that came to save Eve from this god Yaldabaoth and said, "Eat this fruit and attain gnosis." That's their doctrine. So that's why you can see why it became heresy. Right. But this is what they believed in. And a lot of Christians believed this too. It wasn't just this random, there was like 10 different sects and denominations.
Christ was the serpent
in the garden. And then
to save him from Adam?
Not to save them from Yaldabaoth, the god in the garden that was keeping him there. He said, they're saying you're in a prison planet. And to get free, you have to eat this apple. Or eat the fruit. It doesn't say apple, it just says fruit. And attain gnosis. And the idea is you'll save mankind by eating the gnosis, by eating the apple. Your generations coming after you will keep getting smarter and smarter and smarter and smarter until they can become gods. So they're taking that the opposite way, where the original thing was Adam and Eve fell from paradise. This is saying they attained gnosis and can become like gods. And basically, like, every generation that goes by attains more knowledge than the generation before it. And we're on our way to becoming, like, humans are on their way to becoming gods at some point in the future. Which could be true. Maybe one day we become immortal. Who knows?
I got a question.
Yeah.
So you said that these what are they? The Naasene people, these folks right here.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's Nicene. It's Nass or Naass.
Naass.
Yeah. ENES.
E-N-E-S, Butterfinger.
Yeah, Naassenes. That's it.
Naassenes. Anyway, so you said that they're called the snake people.
That's
right?
your logo of your channel.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. That's a Brax. I'll get to him in a minute. I'll get to what that is in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But go ahead.
So Hillman was talking about how there was this drug that used a lot of snake